did what? So I reckon it's Norwich or Watford. I'm going to go with. Do you know what? I thought Norwich first, and we've already said so far, don't change your first answer. So I'm going to go with Watford.
Here we go. It's another episode of Eat My Goal. And this is the second episode of this week, second episode of 2023. This is our non-portrait episode where we just chat about football in general. That's what I was trying to say. We're going to have a little quiz. We're going to have just a bit of chat about the Premier League, which is now back. Now the World Cup has concluded.
Yay.
Yay for the World Cup. Dan,
Yes.
we were just talking about our team. We've decided that we're probably going to bin off this team, aren't we, and start a new team next week. Because we were looking at the candidates for the bold. For those of you who don't know, we're doing a bold team, all-time Premier League, follically challenged.
He means bald.
Bald.
Not brave, but bald. Yeah.
Bold. Yes. And Bartes was our goalkeeper. It was slim pickings on goalkeepers, to be fair, wasn't it? But still more than there's going to be across the rest of the pitch, I think. So we looked at right backs. I could only come up with two, if I'm honest with you.
I've got two written down. Yeah, I think what's happened is like you say, we've realised that it's quite hard.
Yeah, a little bit like their hair is very thin.
And that's the kind of guys we are, is that once you have to put a bit of effort in, we've decided it's just not it's just not for us.
Forget that. Yeah, too much effort. Too much effort. Which, to be fair, makes me amazed that we've made to episode 21, but on that basis. But let's just quickly talk about the two that we have kind of researched. And for me, again, it would be this. The second one's only in there because he's bold, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, my second one's because he's bald. So what we'll do, are we going to just we'll stick Zabaleta in the team in a minute, shall we?
Yes, yeah. And then we'll talk about Danny Mills first.
Danny Mills, as I've got Lee Carsley. that's how bad it is. Yeah.
Oh, so he's playing out of position, is he?
Yeah.
Was he a right back?
Lee Carsley, he was a full-back, wasn't he?
Was he? I thought he was a centre mid.
I'll have to look now. You talk amongst yourselves. I'm sure he was.
I thought he was a centre mid, Lee Carsley. I might be wrong.
Oh no! Oh really? I thought. Do you know what? Now you say that, I thought. Oh yeah, I think I've effed up here. Oh, defensive midfield. Yeah. See, yeah. Do you know what? I even thought. I didn't remember him playing at fullback, but it came up when I was searching on fullback, bald fullbacks in the Premier League, and his name popped up. And I think I must have just looked, and I just stumbled across a website where it just had bald players. Saw his name, and I thought, he's defensive. I'll stick him in. Yeah. So in that case, my two are Danny Mills and
so it would have been Zabaleta.
And just to get the old E on the explicit thing, I'm not going to pick Danny Mills because he's a fucking cunt. The guy is a cunt. Anyone that gets that angry over somebody trying a penalty,
a penalty routine,
a penalty routine, and gets so angry that it didn't work, rather than being elated that the team hasn't scored against him.
Well, he got angry because obviously they tried it in the first place, didn't he? But the fact that he should, like you say, he should have been pleased that it went so horribly wrong.
Yeah.
The fact that they couldn't even get it off the penalty spot.
Angry man.
Yeah.
Although on the subject of Danny Mills, he was our best player in the World Cup. When was that? 2000? Was it 2000?
No, 2002 possibly.
2002, yeah.
Or maybe the Euros. Was it the Euros 2000?
No, it was definitely the World Cup, because I remember him playing against Brazil, didn't he? And remember him having and he got a late call up.
2002.
So who was it? Neville that got killed beforehand or something, and he got a late call up. Danny Mills. I don't know. I could be talking complete arse.
No, I think you're right.
He had a really good tournament, didn't he?
Yeah.
But still,
on that basis. Okay, so that's so that concludes our bold team of a goalkeeper, and a right back.
Yep.
So what we're actually going to do next week is we're going to do the whole team. We're going to do the whole team in one go, and we're going to try and predict England's lineup for their opening game at the 2026 World Cup. Where's that being held? Do we know? I'm sure it's probably. Oh, of course, it's in America, Canada, and Mexico, isn't it? Nice, nice close venues.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just go for a whole North American continent.
Mm.
Yeah. So we're going to try and predict that.
Yep.
The reason I did that is because I saw a thing where in 2013 they tried to predict the England lineup for the 2022 World Cup.
And
did you see that? Did you? Well, Luke Shaw was the only one who was still, I think, even in the squad. In fact,
yeah.
We had the likes of Phil Jones, Jordan Ibe.
Yeah, blimey.
Who
else?
The Liverpool striker? Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah, and players like I think this is probably who's the young lad that played for the England under-21?
Wiltshire.
Was it Liverpool?
Oh yeah.
Liverpool went on loan to Sheffield United and Swansea. The Swansea. What's he called?
I can't remember. The centre mids were Barkley and Wiltshire. Barkley, you could kind of see how potentially he could have done, couldn't he? But obviously, attitude let him down. But anyway, so that's the reason why we're going to do that. We're going to see in 4 years' time, and we're still going strong on this podcast, whether we got that right. So that's that for the Bald team, the Baldies.
Bald. It's just bald.
Just bald.
It's just not bold.
It's not bold. Yes. I'll give a quick mention here that if you are a Portsmouth fan and you're not going to the Bolton game on the 10th of January, you could come and tune in on our YouTube channel and watch along with the game. So it could be like alternative commentary. If you haven't got the iFollow Pass on the radio, or you haven't got the iFollow Pass to watch it on the screen, or if you haven't got a dodgy box where you can watch it, then come and watch the football. We're not going to the Bolton game, but we are going to watch it, and we're going to do our own version of the commentary. We might have one or two guests. Who knows? We'll see. See how it goes. Right.
And you can see Mike with his informative commentary, and me just getting angry for 90 minutes.
At every single misplaced pass.
Yeah.
I said to my feet.
To my feet, please. So, how do you fancy a little game, Dan? I've got a little game for you. Not really, Mike, to be honest.
No, up for it tonight. Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to play a game. I'm going to share my screen where you will see 3 famous football-linked names.
Oh, good, because this worked so well last week.
Yeah,
right,
this is better. This is more of one for both the visuals and the listeners, the watchers and the listeners. So what we've got here is we've got a little wheel with. We're going to spin it in a moment, and you've got Gerard, Piqué, David Beckham, and Rebecca Vardy are your choices. If you could choose any of those 3, which would be your preference, Dan?
Well, if we're answering questions on one of those people, I would like Beckham, please.
Okay, so we'll give it a spin. Let's see how it goes.
Have we got to go? The wheel.
Oh, it's Rebecca Vardy. Rebecca Vardy. Yes, we will. We have a winner, Rebecca Vardy. Shall we remove her? We will, because we might do another round. But here we go. Rebecca Vardy. Which one of these 3 quotes was actually said by Rebecca Vardy?
Okay.
Dan, here we go. So, arguing with Colleen is like arguing with a pigeon. You can tell it that you are right and it is wrong, but it's still going to shit on in your hair. That's the first quote. Second quote.
I already think that one's true because I'm sure I've heard that. But carry on. Yeah.
Jamie is by far the best footballer I've ever dated, and there have been quite a few. Is number 2. Number 3 is I was never really a fan of Wayne and Colleen. So losing them as friends isn't really an issue for me.
Oh.
Which is the true
why does that ring a bell as well?
Statement.
I think I'm going to discount the middle one, and it's either piggin. It's either pigeon. It's either pigeon shit or Rooney is a shit friend. So,
which will it be?
well, they always say, don't they, on quiz shows to not change your first answer. But I'm going to change my first answer, and I'm going to go for Rooney's being shit friends.
Shit friends,
Whatever the
losing them
last
as
one was.
friends.
Yeah.
The answer was your first answer. Never change your first answer. So that was the true one. Now we're going to spin again because we're going to do one more. I'm hoping it's not David Beckham because I think the Gerard Piqué one's better. Oh, and would you believe it? Gerard Piqué. We'll say the David Beckham one for another round at another time.
Oh,
Gerard Piqué is the winner. So, Gerard Piqué, another quote. Which of the following quotes from Gerard Piqué are his final words as a professional footballer as he was sent off from the bench for arguing with the referee during his last game for Barcelona? Which of these three quotes is true? You think you're funny, but your whole career has just been a joke. You're an effing clown. Linked back to our previous episode, which is quite nice.
Yep.
That's the first quote. You think you're funny, but your whole career you've just been a joke. You're an effing clown.
Yeah.
Number 2. I will effing kill you, you bastard son of a whore. Or number 3. I shit on your prostitute mother.
Nice. Right. I think. See, I'm sure I've heard this as well before, but I think I'm going to go for what was the first one again? Because I think
First
that's
one
what
is,
I'm going to go for.
You think you are funny, but your whole career has just been a
That
joke.
one.
You're an effing clown.
Definitely that one.
Definitely sticking with that.
Yeah.
Sticking with that.
Yeah. 100%.
100%. The answer was, I shit on your prostitute mother.
I shit on your prostitute. What is it? I shit on your prostitute mother.
I shit on your prostitute mother. The
Lovely.
words of Spain and Barcelona legend Gerard Piqué.
I shit on your prostitute. Not happy that you're to say that your mother is a prostitute. Not even going to say that I'll pay for sex with your mother who's a prostitute, but I don't even deem her worthy enough for sex. I'm just going to shit on her.
Oh, it's almost poetic, isn't it? It's
What a
almost
lovely
poetic.
guy. Yeah.
What a lovely chap. Okay, so that's concludes our Wheel of Misfortune. There'll be a similar one another time.
Will the answer always have shit in it?
Possibly.
I didn't know whether that was a common theme.
I didn't realise actually, but yeah, you're right. It did. The Beckham one didn't.
I'll have to remember that for next time, eh?
The Beckham one didn't, unfortunately. But I'll save Beckham for another time.
Yeah.
Because it's a good one, but it's not as interesting as those two. So fancy a quiz? You're winning 6-4, I believe, aren't you? 6-4.
I'd love a quiz. I've changed my mind since last time you asked me, which was 2 minutes ago. I now want another quiz.
No, that was a game show quiz. This is a quiz head to head.
You've whetted my appetite.
Shall I go first?
Yep. What, you read to me, are you?
Yeah, I'll read to you. So
what have we got with the theme? Tell me.
Well, I do have a theme, actually. My theme is, obviously, we've just started 2023. So my theme is the early parts of 2022.
Oh, not new stuff.
So this goes, each question is, one was January, one was February, one was March, one was April, one was May in 2022. So the tail end of last season, mid to tail end. So firstly, in January, how many goals were scored in the first half of Chelsea's draw with Liverpool on the 2nd of January, 2022?
Oh, now.
Do you remember the game?
Liverpool, yeah. I think Liverpool went 2-0 up, I think. And then I think didn't it go 2-2, and Geezer for Chelsea scored a really good volley.
Please, yeah.
So I'm going to go, go on then. I'm going to go for 4 because I think it was 2-2, but I may be wrong. It may be 3-2, 4-2 or something. But
we're talking about first half goals, remember? First half,
yep,
okay.
4.
You are correct. It is 4 goals. Very good. Very good. January is correct. So moving on to February. February, which fifth tier side reached the FA Cup 5th round by beating Bournemouth?
Oh.
So which National League, or wherever it is, conference?
It was, can't even think of a National League tip. Scarborough.
Right. You're just thinking of other seaside resorts, weren't you?
I am, yeah.
It was.
I might know it when you tell me, but I don't. I can't.
It was.
King.
This is probably the trickiest one, I think. But Boreham Wood is who it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't
All right.
recall.
Question 3.
Was it? Did Mickey Thomas score the winner? Did Mickey Thomas score the winner with a free kick?
Yeah. 30 yards. 30 yard
Yeah, I
free
remember
kick.
it now.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of Sutton United.
Oh yeah,
being the holders.
When Ronnie Radford got the second. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Manchester City. This is your March question. Manchester City battered rivals United 4-1. But how many previous consecutive defeats at home had they suffered in this fixture prior to the 4-1 victory?
So it was at Old Trafford. And
no. It was it at Old Trafford?
So what were you saying then? I don't understand.
But how many previous consecutive defeats at home had they suffered in this fixture? So how many consecutive home defeats against United had they had up until that 4-1 victory? There was a number of consecutive home defeats to Manchester United.
Right, okay. I just can't remember. I remember Man United beating them 3-2. Let's go for 3. 3 in a row.
Is correct. 2 points out of 3. Doing well. We're talking now about April. In April, whose relegation from the English top flight was confirmed in April?
Let's see. So it was Norwich. Who else went down? Watford. Oh, so I reckon it's Norwich or Watford. I'm going to go with, do you know what? I thought Norwich first, and we've already said so far, don't change your first answer. So I'm going to go with Watford.
It was Norwich.
Fuck it.
Don't change your first answer. And finally, for May, who said, I have to apologise for kicking the ball at the ball boy. Oh, sorry. I have to apologise for kicking the ball, but the ball boy left it short and it was nicely on the volley for me.
Oh, who did say that? Oh, it was David Moyes.
It was David Moyes. 3 out of 5. Good shout. Well done. Well done. Okay, what you got?
Happy days. Right.
I'm not feeling confident.
So what I've got here is a guess the Pompey Premier League player.
Well, okay.
So it's a crossover with the Pompey podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you 5 players, or I'm going to give you the teams that they've played for.
All right.
So I'm just going to read their team. So similar to what we did last week.
Yeah, really terrible.
That's all right. No, I've been well.
Kind. You've been kind.
Say this. Right. Okay. First one is your 1 out of 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So his teams are, or were, and are Spurs.
Yeah.
Dulwich Hamlet on loan.
Okay.
IFK Hosselholm on loan. QPR, Pompey, Villa, Norwich on loan. Scum, Liverpool, Pompey, Spurs, Stoke, Burnley.
Peter Crouch.
It's correct. 1 out of 1.
Yes. Nice.
Much travelled. Okay, second one. His teams: Watford, Norwich, Blackburn, Spurs, Pompey, Coventry.
Who's the first team again? Watford, Norwich,
Blackburn, Spurs, Pompey, Coventry.
Oh no, that's not.
That's not a clue. That's just me stretching.
It's not a goalkeeper.
No.
Watford,
Norwich. I would say
Blackburn.
ignore the Watford and Norwich
Okay.
because I wouldn't have known that.
Blackburn,
Blackburn,
Spurs.
Spurs, Pompey, and I didn't recall him going to Coventry after us, but yeah.
Oh. No.
Yeah, go on, you've got it.
No,
Oh,
I haven't.
no.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
We're talking 90s to 2000s, early 2000s when he played for Pompey. And if we're talking Premier League and we're talking early 2000s, you're talking that he played for Pompey.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Tim Sherwood.
It's correct.
Of course it
2 out of
is.
2. There's not going to be so many clues from now
Okay.
on. Right, here we go.
Fair dues, fair dues.
Question 3. This person's teams are Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Pompey on loan, Pompey, Leeds. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Pompey on loan, Pompey, Leeds. I didn't realise he was on loan before he was a Pompey player, but
initially I was thinking Merson, but obviously it isn't Merson because Nottingham Forest. Oh, I know who it is. It's Steve Stone.
And I would have said Arsenal,
Steve
wouldn't
Stone.
I?
Steve
Stone, 3 out of 3.
Steve Stone. Didn't know he went to Leeds after us.
No, I didn't. Didn't recall that.
3 out of 3. So
I didn't remember him being on loan first either. But
no, me neither.
Whatever. Right, here we go then. Can we do 4 out of 4? I told you I've been kind, didn't I? Right, here we go.
Yeah.
Pompey, Walsall on loan, Cardiff on loan, Middlesbrough, West Ham, QPR, Norwich, Bristol City, Bolton.
Gary O'Neill.
4 out of 4.
Gary O'Neill.
And for the clean sweep.
All right.
Monaco, ES Frejus, Auxerre, Pompey, Newcastle, Charlton, Rangers on loan, Stoke, Leeds.
So Pompey, where did he go? So he went to Newcastle after us.
So yeah, Monaco, ES Frejus, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Auxerre, Pompey, Newcastle, Charlton, Rangers on loan, Stoke, Leeds.
Oh, I'm not going to get the complete. Oh no.
No. Not him.
I'm thinking.
Come on, this is for 5 out of 5. Nobody's done 5 out of 5.
I don't think this is right, but I'm going to go Noé Pamaro. It's so bad.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
It's Amdi Faye.
Oh, Amdi Faye. Of course. Yes. Well
done. 4 out of 5.
Back in the game. You were very kind this week. Yes, very kind.
Yeah.
Very kind indeed. 5 plays 6. Okay. Good.
Late, isn't it?
All right. It is late. It's getting late. Let's have a quick chat about the Premier League. Premier League has resumed. The World Cup has finished. And all the shenanigans that went on in the Argentina's homecoming and all that malarkey, which we kind of briefly spoke about in the last episode. Premier League has resumed. Man City drew. Arsenal still on fire. So I've got a couple of questions for you, Dan. Firstly, will Arsenal win the league?
Well, I was speaking to another friend today, and I've changed my mind over the course of this weekend. And I now say maybe.
Okay.
Maybe they can win it.
Maybe.
Well,
you're giving them a
no,
maybe. 14
wins
out of 16. 14
I know,
out of
I
16.
saw that the other day. I didn't realise it was 14, 1 draw, and then the defeat was to Man United, which they were unlucky to lose. And I saw the Arsenal-West Ham game, and they went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
And even they were still looking good when they were 1-0 down, and then they just dominated the rest of the game. And I just thought, wow, they do look really good. And then,
do you know what? Sorry, just on that, just very briefly to interject on that game. What I quite like about that game, and I don't know if you noticed this, but there was a VAR decision which was they sent the referee Michael Oliver to the monitor. And I think this is the first time I've seen it happen that he didn't overturn his original decision. It was a potential penalty, and I think that's the first time I've seen the referee go to the monitor and then go, "Yeah, no, I'm sticking with what I had."
yeah,
Because normally once they go to the monitor, it's generally almost a given that they're going to give the pen.
Yeah. They're like, oh, well, actually, yeah, I think I've made the wrong decision. That's why they're asking me to go and have a look. But fair play to them.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you for that little.
Yeah, no, that's all right. And then the weekend, the New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Yeah, New Year's Eve kickoffs. I thought, well, Arsenal go to Brighton. They'll be looking to just pick up a point there, I think. Tough place to go now with Man City at home to Everton. Newcastle at home to Leeds. I mean, let's not talk about Newcastle in the title winning, but they are second, third, aren't they? And then they went to Brighton and scored 4 goals.
Yes.
And again, played very well. So they do look, and that's what, 7 points is it now? 7
points ahead. Both played the same amount of games. Newcastle played a game more.
So I think the big test with Arsenal is always, I mean, it's always those games against the top 6 that they struggle on. But
and they've got a tricky one coming up, haven't they? Where they've got Spurs, they've got City, they've got Liverpool, I think, in the next 6 games. So I think next 6 games should be a big tell. There is still a long way to go. 16 games.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do it. I think they refreshing, really good to watch.
Have you seen the All or Nothing yet? We've got Arsenal.
No, I haven't. No,
it's a good watch, and you do. I came away from it thinking a lot of positives from Arteta.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people were saying how good he was going to be, weren't they, as a manager? And last season, Arsenal struggled when he was first there, and I thought, well, I mean, obviously it was early days, but I just thought, oh, it's another manager gone into Arsenal. He'll be out again in a year or so, and we'll get someone else in. But he certainly turned it around, hasn't he? And he's obviously got a good philosophy there. Obviously learned a lot off Pep.
Yeah, a lot of people were calling for him to be binned, weren't they? But they do look a bit unstoppable, don't they? In the last 10 games, they've only they've won 9 out of the last 10. In the same time, City have lost 2 in the last 10. So, who are still the next best, aren't they? City are still the team, I think, still the team to beat. But another interesting fact is Arsenal have been top of the league 4 times at Christmas and not won the league on any of those 4 occasions.
Interesting.
Previous Arsenal. Okay, so that's the first question. Will Arsenal win the league? You're saying maybe. Right. Second question: will Newcastle get Champions League?
Nah.
No? You think it's just an early season run of form?
Yeah, I think he's another one, Eddie Howe, that's done very, very, very well. And has bought
despite the bag of cash.
Of course.
But but even then, I think he's still bought wisely, isn't he? He hasn't just gone out and bought stupid players that aren't going to fit into a system. He's bought players that are workmanlike and solid, consistent. Yeah, go on. You were saying?
But whether they'll finish 4th, I don't know. That remains to be seen. When they, I don't know what their record's like against
top teams.
City, Arsenal, top teams.
I think it's decent. I know they beat. Did they beat Liverpool? I'm pretty sure they beat Liverpool. I can't remember. I don't know.
Well, they beat Leicester away, didn't they, the other day? 3-0, which was a good result. They
very good.
They drew with Leeds, didn't they, yesterday?
Yeah.
But it's nice to see another couple of teams up there for a change.
Yes, Okay, here's your third and final question. Will Southampton be playing Championship football next season?
Okay, what's that? I never get this saying round the right way, but what is it? My heart says... my head says yes, but my heart says no.
Your heart says no. Well, you don't want them to be.
No, I do want them to be.
Yeah, so your heart says yes.
My heart says yes, My head
Head
says
says
no.
no. Your head says
And that's
no.
just from years and years of knowing that they never ever fucking go down, do they?
Well, they've lost 5 in a row.
They've lost
They've
5 in a
lost
row.
the first 3 under their new manager.
Yeah.
In the last 10 games, they've conceded 21 goals, most out of anyone in the league. I think it's a long way up for them, to be honest with you. I know that the only thing in their favour, I think, is there's a lot of teams down there. No one's pulled away from them. That's the big thing. They're still wearing very, 2 wins, they could be up to mid-table. But
that's the thing. Yeah.
that is the thing. There is a big divide now. I think you can look even as far up as Leicester, who could still potentially be relegation candidates. There's a lot of teams down there. West Ham doing really, really badly. Everton doing really, really badly. Forest and Wolves are probably, obviously, Wolves changed their manager recently. They may be one of the ones that could pull their way out of it. But
I think with Southampton, they do always have they can beat top teams, can't they? As irritating as it is. I mean, they're the team that drew with Arsenal, didn't they? I think that's the team that Arsenal drew with.
Is it
not? Did they not draw 1-1 at St Mary's?
Oh yes, no, you're right. They did. Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, if I don't know. I just think they're too. They just never go down, do they? I don't think
so. I think they will this year. I think they will, and
I hope so.
I think they brought in a manager with no Premier League experience. He didn't do particularly well when he went to Stoke previously, which was obviously a bigger club than being at Luton. I think they will.
Well, I'm not sure what the saying is, Mike, but my knee says yes, and my shin says
and your
no.
elbow says maybe. Okay, I don't know.
Let's hope so.
That's our Premier League. Well, I'll tell you what. One final question. One final question for you. So, West Ham United have lost 5 in a row, same as Southampton. Yeah. Both lost 5 in a row. They're only 1 point. No, they're not. They're goal difference above the relegation zone. They don't look good, do they? After last season's kind of heroics. So here's my final question for you. Will David Moyes still be West Ham manager at the end of the season? Or even at the end of January, I'm going to go. At the end of January.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So? Yeah. We'll have to check back with our referees, our predictions, But I wouldn't have thought at that time we would have said Moyes is going anywhere. No, I can't see it. I think again they've still got the quality there. They're on a bad run from the start of the season.
They're on a bit of a bad run. It's only lasted 4 or 5 months so far, minus the World Cup. Okay, so that's where we're at. Arsenal top, Southampton bottom.
Happy days.
Happy days. Every cloud has a silver lining, and our cloud is obviously pretty grey at the moment for Portsmouth. But the silver lining is there's still a chance we may be playing league football against Southampton next season. It's a big ask from our point of view, but Southampton are certainly doing their part to making that happen, aren't they?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's us wrapping up episode 21. There'll be similar ones next week. Hopefully, we'll have something more positive to say about the Pompey Spurs game. We'll see how that goes. You can get in contact with us at eatmygoal22 at gmail.com or at eatmygoal22 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks, Dan. It's been good.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.